portal, and you'll go on there on Tuesday evenings, and it's mandatory, and that's where you'll get your live webinar with Bev Kramer, and she's going to go over California Fire Code, NFPA, and 72 and 70 National Fire Code as well. So those are the things you're going to cover in the program, and those are the components that you're going to have to do as far as curriculum goes. The last component as far as coursework, curriculum, and all that is your midterms and finals. Those are on Saturdays. Andrew briefly said something about the midterm labs and the final labs, but those are on Saturdays, 2 Saturdays a semester, and you'll have to be at a physical location and it starts at 9 o'clock, and it's scheduled just through 4 p.m. And those dates have already been handed out to you as well. Chris will show those to you later on, and then so you just have them on the screen in front of you. I won't tell you them right now because it'll be confusing. And then basically that's it. Going through make sure you turn the on-the-job training hours in monthly for the previous month. That's a big thing. You just always have to do that. That's always going to have to be done whether you're in classes or not. You turn your on-the-job training hours in. It has to be done. You have between the 5th and the 10th of each month to turn your on-the-job training hours in for the previous month. And those can be scanned and emailed or mailed to us or faxed to us. And you have to sign off on your hours. You have to give it to your supervisor to sign off on their hours, and then they have to get back to our office within that time period. And basically that's it. I'm looking forward to another good semester. The program's been growing. It's a good thing to be an apprentice in America and just in California in general. It's a growing program, and it's going to really benefit your careers and everything. So I'm looking forward to it. We're always here to help. If you need us at all, just don't hesitate to call or send us an email. And with that, I'll send it back to Chris. And if he has any questions later, like you said, use the questions panel, and we'll address your questions after that. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. As Dan said, you want to go ahead and use the questions panel. If you have any questions throughout the presentation, we'll address them all at the end, and then we'll have an open Q&A session. Rachel Nunn is your site support. She's dedicated technical support just for this program. There is a technical support phone number listed on the website. If you have any problems with accessing the online training program, with logging in, with any of the scores or statuses posting, anything related to the technical components of the site, you'll contact Rachel either via support@WBFAAtraining.net or through the phone number, which is available from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, and Rachel will be happy to help you. If you have any problems with the program, not the online piece of it, anything that is not related to the technical components of the site, you will contact the WBFAA, and at the end of the presentation, I will give you some support phone numbers and emails in order to do so. So let's get started. The WBFAAtraining.net site has been available now for over 6 years, and we're very proud of the system that we've created and the apprentices that we've moved through the program. When you are ready to get started, you will be going to www.WBFAAtraining.net. Please bookmark this site directly, and this will get you to the login site. It is very important that you not try to bookmark the courses themselves, any kind of links to the courses themselves, only through the site. You have to come to this site directly in order to log in. Your logins have already been created for you using your WBFAA member number as your password and your email address that is on file. If you have any problems with that, please contact WBFAA directly and let them know. Step one is to go to the top of the system. You will go in and log in with your email and password. Again, this is the email address that is on file with WBFAA, and you'll enter your password. Your password currently is your WBFAA member number. If you don't know your member number, you can either use the lost password link by clicking login and going into forgot password, and it will email it to the email address that is on file. If you have any problem with that, you can contact technical support and we can try to assist you, or you can contact WBFAA and they will let you know what your membership number is. Again, your email address is the email address on file with WBFAA, and your password currently, if you are semester 1 and have never changed it, is your WBFAA member number. Now, you can also go into your profile after you have logged in and change your password. That is up to your prerogative in order to do so, but your password currently is your member number with WBFAA. After you've logged in, it will welcome you back, and it will say welcome back, and it will have your name. In the middle of the login bar is a link for My Transcript. My Transcript is where you will access all of the training materials. Transcripts are where current courses are available to you through the WBFAA apprenticeship program, but also afterwards if you have extra courses that you're taking for your continuing education. So when you have logged in, you click on My Transcript in order to get started. What you're seeing here is the transcript area. The transcript area will have courses available if you have individual courses that you have registered for because of your WBFAA membership. These are extra courses that are available for continuing education. However, the apprenticeship program is a separate component that you'll see at the bottom of the transcript. You will be assigned a semester. All of you who are currently in semester 1 will only see semester 1. Anybody who is in any other semester will see the extra semesters listed afterwards. You will go down and click on the semester that you are currently in, and it will bring up your apprenticeship program dialog box. The dialog box will come up into a pop-up window. Please make sure that you have pop-ups turned off for WBFAAtraining.net. If you click on it and the pop-up does not come up, please select to turn off pop-ups either in general in your browser or specifically for WBFAAtraining.net. You will have to have pop-up blockers turned off throughout the program. All of the training programs as well as your training transcript will come up in a pop-up box. When you click on the link to launch your semester, the pop-up box will list all of the modules within your apprenticeship program. You'll notice that the first half of the semester is currently available to you in blue links. You'll see labs in the middle and the end. Those are your midterms. You cannot access the second half of the semester until you have completed all of the first half of the semester and passed the lab. Your instructors will process your midterm grades, give you the access, and the second half of the semester will be made available to you. It is encouraging to you that you go through all of the first part of the semester, at least one per week. These are paced out to get you to the midterm section of the program. So if you click on each of these individual modules, you'll launch the modules. Talk about that in a second. You'll take those modules, complete them, and then go to the next module. At least keep up to one module per week, and you will stay on track. You can go at your own self-pace to get through the modules, but be aware that you cannot take the midterm until all of the modules in the first half are done. You cannot take the final until all of the modules are completed. The courses are broken down into 5 sections. Each of the sections are broken into a reading assignment, a pre-test, the online training, any assignments that are within that module, and a post-test. You will start by launching the module, and when you launch the module, it will tell you the section of the manual that you need to read. This is the textbooks that you should have been provided. If you have any issues with getting the textbooks, please contact WBFAA directly, and they will make sure that you get the textbooks. You will go through the reading assignment that is within the textbook. After going through that reading assignment, it is then incumbent upon you to take a pre-test. This is a simple quiz to verify that you have absorbed the material within the reading section. After you have passed the pre-test, it will unlock the course. You'll then go through approximately a 1-hour training course online. This course will go through the material that is in the reading and emphasize the key components that are within that content. You'll go through the course assignments, and anything that you need to post will be assigned to you, and it will be instructed to you how to post that assignment if there is in fact an assignment to give to your instructor. You'll go through the course material, do any of the assignments that are necessary, and at the end of each module there is a post-test. You will need to take each post-test and pass it. There are multiple attempts that you can take at a post-test. However, remember, the post-test is a randomizing of a pool of questions, so you will not get the same test every time. I encourage you to go through and make sure that you've read all of the material, make sure that you focus on how you can pass that exam, pass each post-test. After you pass each post-test, then go to the next module and go through the same process again. The reading, the pretest, the course, any assignments, and the post-test in order to work yourself through the modules. At the end of each section, that's the midterm and the final, there will be, as you've gone through all of the modules, an exercise to go through a midterm and final exam. Semesters 1 through 3, your midterms are set for March 25th. Semesters 4 through 6, your midterms are April 1st. The finals will be set equally at May 13th, semesters 1 through 3, and May 20th, semesters 4 through 6. You will receive messages from the WBFAA on when and how to attend those midterms and finals. Those are on-site live exams. You'll need to go and pass those exams in order to finish the program. Note, you cannot get to the second half of the semester until you have passed the midterm, which means you have to attend that midterm, pass it. Your instructor will post the scores. Once the scores are posted, the second half of that semester will then become available to you. You cannot get to the second half of the semester unless you've passed all of the first half of the semester, passed the midterm in the live environment, have your scores posted, and get to the second half. If for any reason you go to the midterm, you pass the midterm, and the second half is not available to you, that is the opportunity for you to call technical support. That is an online technical support issue, and we will be happy to help you, work with your instructor, make sure that your second half gets properly unlocked. There are system messages that are available to you throughout the program. When you click on your semester in the transcript and this window comes up, you'll notice on the right-hand side there are system messages. There are 3 types of messages that are available. One is a system-wide message. That is any message that is coming from the WBFAA for everybody in all semesters. This will include things like the scheduling of the midterms and finals, anything about posting job requirements, any messages that the administrators of WBFAA will give you for the entire program. The second type of message is a message to the class. This is you and the other participants that are in the class. This is something the instructor is telling you about this particular program. They may give you some insights into content that somebody had a question about they want to spread throughout the entire class. This may be a message about something about the midterm or finals that they're giving you individually. The individual messages, which are the third types, are when the instructor is speaking directly to you. If you fall behind in the program, if it's 4 weeks in and you only have one of the modules done, the instructor may reach out to you and give you an individual message and ask you to get back on track. So monitor all 3 of these messages. They'll be segmented within your message panel. Take note of anything from the WBFAA about the overall system message, anything about the class that has to do with you and the other people that are in the class, and the individual messages when the instructor is reaching out directly to you. Here I've posted all of the contact information for the different semesters, semesters 1 through 6, who the instructor is, what their email address is, what their phone number is, and when the midterm and labs are. So I'd like you to take a moment and note which semester you are in. I believe everybody mostly online is currently in the first semester. Please take note of the email address of your instructor, the phone number of your instructor. Your instructors are there to help you. These people have been doing this for a very long time. We have a very good track record, and they're very helpful. They're there to help you. So please take note of their email address and their phone number. And if you have any questions about the program or any of the content, that's what they're there to do. So please take note of that as I have this on the screen. I also have the midterm and final dates. Please take notes of those because you are mandated to take those midterms and finals. Information will be given to you throughout the semester to make sure that you know when and where you're going to go in order to access those. But please make note of those dates. For all Semester 1 students, March 25th is your midterm lab. May 13th is your final lab. Please make sure that you have those dates noted because those are mandatory sessions that you have to attend in order to unlock the second half of the semester or to complete the semester in order to get your final grade. I'm going to go back in a second, so don't worry, I will give you that information again, but I want to provide you this as well. In the technical support arena, we do have a phone number, 502-254-1506, that is available 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so if you have any problems accessing the system, that's logging in, password issues, a course that isn't posting a score, launching a course, anything with your browser, that's all the technical support issues with the course itself or the system itself. Please contact 502-254-1506, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. You can also email support@WBFAAtraining.net. My email address is there as well as your system administrator, chris@seymour.com. I'm happy to help you if you have any issues that are not immediately addressable by technical support. I encourage you to go to technical support first. I'm always helpful when there's anything that needs to be escalated, but if you have immediate issues, go to technical support first. From the WBFAA training side, this is anything that has to do with questions about job posting hours, travel arrangements, issues with the midterms and finals, getting the textbooks, any of the issues around the program that are not directly as a result of the website, you're going to go to WBFAA. And you can see here we have the office contacts. Dan is there, Kurt is there, and Jerry are there. You have the email addresses. Please take a moment, make a note of those. If you have any issues that are a result of the program that are not an issue with the system itself, please go directly to WBFAA and they will help you. And that is the conclusion of our presentation this evening. I'm going to open up for any questions that are involved. If you have any questions about the program or the system itself, please use the question panel right now, and I will address each question as they come in. Dan, is there anything else that you need to add to this presentation?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, if like a life event comes up where you had a conflict with if you had a life emergency where anything happens and you needed to like reschedule a midterm or something like that, you have to contact your instructor for that semester. So for the first and second semester, it's Pam McKeon. So if something comes up and you had, something good's going on, if you had something pre-planned for months, or or if you have an emergency, we need to know. But contact your first contact is your instructor on that. So you can contact your instructor, let them know what's going on, and then they'll let you know what they're going to do if there's a makeup needs to be done or what and how they're going to administer it. And then always, if you have anything come up throughout your time in the program, because it's 3 years, so if you have phone numbers that change or addresses or emails and everything like that, just please give us a call so we know where we can send our, if we need to change your email or your address, because we send correspondence by mail as well, and we usually mail it directly to you. So just keep that in mind, and I think that's it for now. I'll let Chris get to the questions. Thanks.
Dan, I'm going to leave you on unmute, so if you just hold with me for a second, I have a few questions that are kind of coming your way.
Okay.
I do have a question about, can you use your phone for the whole course? All of these modules are being made mobile friendly, but right now, as it currently stands, we encourage you to use a PC, a Mac if available, in order to access the online training. There are some components that may not be compatible with tablets and phones, so we encourage you to use a PC or a Mac in order to access that. You may be able to get away with it on your mobile devices. Again, this is being upgraded to a pure mobile-friendly environment, but if you have any problems and you call tech support, the first thing they're going to tell you is please try to use a PC or a Mac in order to access it. Dan, there's a question about what action needs to be taken currently with Chabot College.
If you've already did your one-time enrollment, then you don't have to do anything else with them. They'll send you multiple emails, but if you've already enrolled with them, which is just a one-time enrollment, you just went on and did the application online, and then you received your confirmation from Chabot saying, thank you for enrolling in Chabot College, then you just have to forward that email to the WBFAA, and that's our confirmation that we know you've done that. And then we talk directly with them to make sure we have what they call their W number, which is your number assigned to you by the college, because you do get college credit. But if you haven't done that yet, or you're confused about what to do with that, send us an email or give us a call tomorrow, and we'll get on that and help you out with it.
Excellent. We have a question about when will the instruction with Pam McKeon begin for the first semester's attendees? We are beginning right now. The modules will be made available to you, the login that we discussed earlier, on Friday afternoon. So the first time that you'll be able to access and log in and access your training program is on Friday afternoon. It's also incumbent upon you to make sure that you have your textbooks. If you do not have your textbook, please contact WBFAA or Dan directly, and they will send you the links on how you can purchase those textbooks. You do have to have the textbook before you can start the modules. So if you do not have your textbooks, please contact WBFAA directly. Again, everybody should be able to access the online training program on Friday afternoon. That is the first opportunity where you can log in and access the modules as we discussed previously. There's a question on when do we attend Blackboard meetings. Dan, can you review again the schedule on the Blackboard meetings?
Yes. This will go for the you're gonna be getting schedules in your email as well. But just a brief. This is all you need to know. It's Tuesday evenings at 6:30 p.m. for semester 1, and you have to be in front of a computer, just like we are now. And then those are Tuesdays starting January 31st, and they go consecutively every Tuesday after that. And the only time you have a break on your webinars is on the week of your midterm, which is March 25th is your midterm. So I believe the date is somewhere. Let me see. The date would be on March 20th. That's the first time you don't have a live. March 21st will be the first time you don't have a live webinar. Because you have a midterm that Saturday. But from January 31st until March 14th, you have live webinars every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. In front of a computer. And like I said, you'll be getting emails with schedules and links either tomorrow or Friday, hopefully by the no later than Friday with that information.
Dan, this is an interesting one. I've not had this before. Is somebody's asking, can he and another apprentice use the same PC when accessing those Blackboard sessions, or is there a separate roll call that is required?
Yeah, the instructor Bev wants to know that you're both on there and logged in. She's answering questions. And she wants to see that the person's actively logged in and answering the questions. That would be a question for her. So if you would like, send Bev Kramer an email, and I'll try to get a hold of her too and see what she says. But I mean, she wants to make sure you're on there individually, knows that you're following along and answering the questions as well. In her side panel, she'll ask questions during the live webinar, and you'll answer. All the apprentices have to chime in and say something, and then that's how she knows you guys are there. So I'll see what she says, but you can also send her an email on that.
Okay. Somebody's asking, how do we get our WBFAA member number? That is your password. Especially if you've never changed it before, it's automatically your password within the system. if you use the lost password link, go into the login section, click login without putting in any information, and it'll take you to a lost password section where you can put in your email address and it will email it to you. If that does not work for you, call WBFAA directly and they will give you your member number. If you have problems beyond that, you can call technical support and we can email the password directly to you, the password that we have on file. We want to make sure that your email address is correct. So please validate that email with either tech support or WBFAA. If there's a problem after that, we'll reach out to WBFAA and change your email address directly. Since it's a secured system, we wouldn't want to send the password to the wrong person. Any other questions? Please use the question panel, or I'll open it up. If you have a question you want to ask directly, if it's more complicated than the question panel, then raise your hand, and I will try to select you individually. Any questions to ask? Dan, there's a question that came in that said, can you use existing hours you've worked in the field?
Prior
before the
program?
Before the program.
Well, I'll have to, we don't accept them prior to the indenture date of the program. So that would be a no.
I'm sorry, that would be a no.
Yeah.
Any other questions? If you're in the middle of typing a question, please raise your hand so that I know that you have a question. We'll give another 10 seconds here for any other questions in the program. Question came in, Dan, is it okay if I started my apprenticeship in October and turn my OJT hours if I haven't yet?
Yes.
Okay. There's a question, can I skip the first semester if I test out? I believe the answer to that is no.
You can make an appeal to the committee to challenge the first semester. And you have to provide proof of why you think you're going to be able to challenge that first semester. And then you can call that person can call us tomorrow, 800-809-0280.
That's right on the screen there, 800-809-0280. I have a question from Shane. Shane, I'm going to unmute you. Shane, do you have a question to ask?
Can you hear us?
I can.
Oh. Hi, this is Robert, Shane's supervisor. I'm here with him. If he takes courses with the individual manufacturers, say a Silent Night course on programming or something like that, will any of those help out or be credited towards your courses?
Chris?
Yes?
This is Jerry Lenander.
Yes,
so
sir.
The apprentice courses are self-contained. So any manufacturer training or any third-party training isn't considered as part of your apprentice program. If you're once you become a certified technician, you need continuing education hours to maintain your certification over the 3 years, 32 hours. Then the manufacturer training and other third-party training is accepted through the WBFA, as well as our online courses, which are for continuing education.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Give the last chance for any questions. If you're typing a question, you want to raise your hand and let me wait for you to finish typing it, that's fine. If you want to raise your hand, I can unmute you as I did Shane. Last opportunity, going once. Shane's got another question. Go ahead, Shane.
Oh, sorry, I meant to lower the hand. My bad.
Oh, there we go. All right. No worries at all. The question came in, do we start keeping track of hours as of today, or can Mondays be accounted?
Chris, this is Jerry
Yes, sir.
again. Your on-the-job training hours, which you turn in monthly, and you should try to get them in on the 5th of the month. Those hours can be turned in from the day you signed your DAS-1, the day you signed your apprentice agreement. And you can, and there are forms online. If you haven't done those, you can make those up. You have to complete the hours and then have a supervisor sign it and send it to the office. But all from the day you signed your state apprentice agreement and your company signed it and sent that to us, that document tells us the day you can start turning in hours.
Okay. I have a question, I believe, that's related to this from Vincent. And Vincent, I'm sorry from your multiple questions. I'm not sure I understand. I'm going to unmute you. Vincent, you're self-muted. If you can unmute yourself, can you phrase your question for me?
Just wanted to know, when we signed our agreements, did that make us indentured? Like, are we indentured apprentices? Do we get the wages that union apprentices would get that are indentured?
This is Jerry again. You're indentured from the date you signed that agreement. The prevailing wage for the WBFA, we have our own private wage schedule, which is for all work, and it's in your apprentice handbook, and it's on the website. And it's you have to look at the scale. There's a $22 journeyman rate, and then your first step apprentices get 50%, with a minimum of 70% being wage, and the balance can be benefits. That's on private works. If you're doing a public works, which is usually a government-funded project, and it's identified as a public works, then you're all first step apprentices, which is 50%. So if you go to public works, they have a higher wage on government-funded jobs, and you get the correlation to your step 1 through 6. So on step 1, it would be 50% of that public works prevailing wage.
Okay. Vincent, did that answer your question? Looks like it did. Okay. I had a question that said, looking for your member number. Is it the one that Chabot College sent me? The one that starts with a W? The answer to that is no. You have a specific WBFAA number as a member of WBFAA. Again, if you do not know that, you can use the lost password link, and it will send it to you, since your member number is your password by default when you were set up in the system. If you still have a problem, contact technical support or WBFAA directly. Either one can deal with that issue.
And Chris?
Yes, sir.
This is Dan. So the WBFAA ID number is a 4-digit number. So and you should have received it when we gave you. Yeah, and your welcome letter and your orientation as well. So that's it, like you said. But if they didn't have it or they missed it somehow, just give us a call and we'll let you know what it is.
All right. Last call. Any other questions? Type in a question. If you're in the middle of typing a question, raise your hand so I know you're typing it in, and I'll hold for you. Last chance, going once. Going twice. Sold. I want to thank everybody for attending this evening. Thank you for your attendance. I look forward to a great semester. We have a great tracker with this program, and look forward to having you be a proud part of this tradition. Dan, why don't you take us out?
All right, then. Yeah, like Chris said, it's going to be a great semester. They're open Friday night, so do your classes. And, just like I said, the most important thing is to check your emails. Remember, you do get those Monday e-bulletins as well, which keep you on track. And for whatever reason, if they have any questions at all, just please give us a call or email us, and we will help you out. And that's it. So enjoy the rest of your evening, and thank you for participating tonight.
Thank you, everybody. I'm going to leave this screen up for the next 10 minutes. So if you're still online and you need to go grab a pen, you can go jot this down. Otherwise, you can go ahead and log off. Thank you, everybody. Look forward to a great semester, and enjoy your evening. Thanks, Dan and Jerry. Have a good night.
Thanks, Chris.